Hey, boo 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 boo, scoop boo scoop boo. Welcome to the Amiami recap for January 2021. Hope you're all having a good month, and I hope this month has some good figures. I know at the start of the month there wasn't very many because of the New Year's break, I assume, so I think this will be a bit shorter than usual. Yeah, let's just get into it. Let's see the figures. Whoa, figures, whoa, 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 whoa. So first figure off the rank is Rimuru. Forgot his name. He's a guy, right? I must say I thought this was a prize figure initially, before I clicked it. It's kind of crisper than you would expect from a prize figure, but it's still like, ooh boy. It seems very boring. I think there's better figures of Rimuru, but I can't think of any, since I'm not a huge fan of the series. I haven't really been keeping up with them. It's not like awful quality wise, it's just lackluster, I think. What is this? Whoa! 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 What are those? What? Look at the base! That's so pretty. If this was Shibuya Scramble Figures or whoever they're called, they'd be charging twice as much for this. What's this? Is that like an extra thing that comes with it? So like, obviously it looks stunning. Though I assumed it was a 1/7 scale, but it's a 1/8. So that price kind of hurts a bit. That being said, for what you're getting here, I think this is super cool, and I think it'll be worth it. Just look at that sculpt. The detailing on the figure itself isn't world class, but I think given the complete package of it, it's something you could overlook. It's probably the first one from this Onmyoji Hongaku Genso RPG thing that I've seen that has really stood out to me as being like, this is cool. So I guess that's a plus for this line of figures. Is this canon? Isn't Petra the little thief lady? Why is she wearing the Ram and Ram outfit? It's like they just took Ram's body and then put her head on it. And they're like, yep, that's a new figure, guys. Is this Red Eye's Black Dragon? Yo, check him out. Hey, it's by Kenji Ando, that's me. I made this, I did this. Here is Furuyu's matching Nadeshko Kimono figure for the Ren that we saw last month. Just to get it out of the way, I think her face looks wrong and kinda bad, but her kimono is pretty cool. I like the Fuji on it. I think Fat Company did a Nadeshko that looks really happy and very lively and looks very much like a character, whereas this one is kind of boring and generic. And if it didn't have the Fuji on the kimono, it'd be very generic. So I think there's better options, especially something that isn't by Furuyu, because I don't know if I can trust them at all. I'm still gonna click on all the B-style figures, but really, there isn't much to say about them. If you're gonna buy a B-style, you don't need me telling you, hey, buy this, or don't buy this. You've already made up your decision. You either like this, and this is your thing, or it's not. And for me, it's not my thing. Check out this Pac-Man, he's like made out of metal, and he's got a little baby Pac-Man in him. It's ridiculous. Look at it. Why? Why does this exist? This is really cool. I love how dynamic this looks. The biggest issue with this is that I think it's gonna be pretty small. From what I heard of Mega House's Evolution figure, it didn't turn out that great either. So I'm kind of dubious as to whether this one is worth buying. I like the prototype, which is rare for me to say for Mega House. I like the price. I just think they're gonna mess it up. Can someone tell me if this is the Honoka/Chika clone of the Nijigasaki series of Love Live? Because she really looks like it. I feel like with their character designs, they keep just like recycling the same sort of archetypes, and just looking at a character, you're like, oh yeah, that's that one. Oh my god, look at DDD. DDD, where is he? Look at his eyes, look at him. Maybe Mega House is stepping it up. I like that a lot. Belfine is doing some Asuka and Rei figures from the last movie, which is never coming out. That you have so many options for both of these girls that I cannot recommend even considering these two. Ever. Why are Mega House prototypes so shiny? You see this? You see how shiny it is? Do they come out looking like that? The most annoying thing about making these videos is that like half these things are from Mega House or brands that I just completely dismiss because they're mostly terrible. And they're the ones pumping out most of the figures. Which I guess makes sense that since they're making so many, they can't really uphold the quality of every other company. 1/7 scale for 17.7k, which is reasonable, very reasonable price. The cat looks kind of awful. The girl, I don't know her name. She looks kind of cute. Seems alright. Seems alright for the price. I can't tell if I've talked about this before or if I've talked about one that looked like this one. It's so like, I don't know if that makes sense. There's flow to it. All the little details on these little tassels. The hair as well has like a gradient to it, which is good. That's what I like to see. If you're wondering what I'm looking for when I'm thinking about like paintwork and shading and stuff, and when I say something's flat, it's because it doesn't have these extra little paintwork details in here that make this fabric look more than just they've put a solid white on it. It's kind of expensive, but I think for what you're getting, it's a pretty cool figure. Here's an Arknights figure. There's so many good designs in Arknights. She's got a lot of things on her pack here, like how they've probably meticulously painted each little part of the zip. She's got like a little water bottle back here. Like, to me, the coolest part of the figure is just the details they have in all the accessories around this part. I don't know why Angel Beats is getting merch again. For some reason, this is like the second Kanade figure in like 3 months. But why on earth are they doing a B-style? Why? Ulta put up pre-orders for Le Triomphant, who I am assuming is a French warship. I really like her design. I love the detailing inside her cape. They've also got shading inside all of these little ruffles on her skirt. Ulta is really just something else. And it's actually like decently priced for Ulta. Now, if you're crazy, you could also opt for the one that comes with a shield and a better sword. I don't think this adds a whole lot. I think you can absolutely justify spending $180 on this, but you can't justify spending $270 on this version. That's my 2 cents. If you want to buy this, I think go for the other one. Otherwise, she looks so nice. Last time I was going on about there not being a Johnny Silverhand Nendo, and then like 2 weeks later they announce it. It's awful, but I like his sunglasses. They're kind of cute. I swear I've seen this before. I find it funny in Japan that like their idea of rock looks like this. I think her skirt and her hair need a bit more shading. I think the best part is her face. I think they really did a good job with that. Wow, these faceplates are very funny. Like this smirky one as well is like a eh. For the Nendo itself, literally 0 accessories, and one of the poses they're showing is like literally just put her on the ground. That's it. That's the pose. I'd only ever be in this for the faceplates. I just want to say, I think this might be the worst Nendoroid ever made. So uncanny, so disgustingly creepy. I wish it was never made. I hate it with every bone in my body. This is what my sleep paralysis demon looks like. This is not cute. I would rather have a pop vinyl. Please end me. People criticize me sometimes for being too negative in these Amiami recaps. That's because I don't actually buy that much stuff. That being said, this is the first thing that I've pre-ordered before I've made one of these episodes. Here it is. Tenori Friends. How cute is this? Look at these little birds. Look at them. There's 12. You get 12 birds. Look. Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh, look at the cockatiel, man. Yo. Ah, that's so cute. Oh. I never really understood when they were making Kizuna Eye figures. And now like every VTuber has their own figures and merch and stuff. Personally, I don't care about this figure at all, but if you like this chick, then I got no idea what this is. The most interesting thing about this figure is her boots. I don't think a witch needs boots like that. It just really bothers me. It doesn't fit in that well. These Kaoru figures are so cool. I think this might be the best from the Radio Eva series. It's uncommon for a figure, I think, to have streetwear like this. The hoodie itself is sick, and I think a lot of people would wear that if it exists. It maybe does. Grogu. Yo, they finally made another 02 figure and she's already sold out. This figure makes me mad because it's a 1/8 scale. Aside from the scale, it's practically perfect. There's good shading on the hair, the outfit itself looks nice, also has good shading and transparency, and then the base is this very cute little summer diorama. Her name's Teresa Apocalypse? What? Why is she so happy? I think last time I complained they were still making Strike the Blood figures. I'm gonna complain again. This looks bad. Are you hyped for Attack on Titan? Because final season has been lit. They're re-releasing the Artifacts J for Eren and Mikasa. These figures are like really cool. I love the Eren one personally, but I think Mikasa's just as good. They're so nice and dynamic, they perfectly capture the feel of what Attack on Titan is about, which is moving very fast, doing like these crazy acrobatic maneuvers. And they pull it off in such a cool, elegant way. And these have so much detail with like the 3D maneuver gear, like fully realize how that mechanism works. The best part about these is that they're only 11k. I assume that they've been out of stock for a long time, and I'm glad that they're getting released. So I've already taken an in-depth look at this Semiramis when it popped up earlier this week, because I'm very intrigued by it. Like, first off, yes, this looks incredible. The main issue is the price tag. I know there's one other Semiramis, and I looked it up to see how much that one cost, and that one was less than half the price. In its own way, I think people might prefer this one. So to then go and charge twice as much money for this Ascension version, I'm assuming, is kind of ridiculous. Once you look into this a bit, you start to realize that the only detailing that really stands out is the gold trim on like everything. While I don't doubt this is a good figure, the price tag just astounds me, and that's a real shame, because of that I can't recommend anyone buys this. I like that they couldn't think of anything to do with Polnareff, so they just put him upside down. So I used to be really into these Artifacts J Pokemon figures from Kotobukiya. They've gotten more expensive, and I feel like they've gotten less interesting. I hope this isn't a worrying trend for this line of figures. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a B-style. Why even wear this? Doesn't do anything. At least it's a unique B-style. That's something. I like the checkered insides of the bunny ears. It seems like they put a lot more effort into this one than usual. If someone doesn't review this and call it Figmani, then I'll lose all hope. I'm not huge into Figmas, I don't own any, and I feel like I should have one just to have an opinion about Figmas and know how they work. It basically looks like on par with how detailed her scales have been, and in this one her face doesn't look weird, which is a big plus. Kadokawa missed Christmas 2020 with these pre-orders, but it turns out they're both coming out December this year, so they're not late guys, they're just very early. If these miss their release window and they get delayed to 2022, I'm going to laugh so much. If you haven't noticed already from this episode, I really like it when things have inside special detail patterns. They're really running out of ideas for outfits to put these girls in. They're nice figures, but it's the sort of thing that they would typically do as a prize figure or something. I don't know if the market is ready for a $200 reindeer ram. Should have called him Ramdeer and Ramdeer. I like to see my boy Nafumi getting some love, but like, what the hell is he doing in this figure? He doesn't look like a tank. He looks like he's slipping. I think we're up to the last figure of the episode, and that is this one. And what a figure to end it on. This is another from the Onmyoji Hongaku Genso RPG. Honestly, I don't know where it starts or where it ends. I think it's rare you see something that's got koi in it, and she looks like she's the embodiment of some lucky cat. All the detailing gives you a lot to look at. The colors against each other really just pop. I think it's completely nailed the concept it's going for, and just a super unique base and concept really bring the whole thing together. And for only 14,000 yen, absolutely worth considering and picking up, because just look how good it is. It's a 1/7 scale, very unique, gorgeous to look at, priced well. It's in the sweet spot of this is a good figure and this is what I want to see more of from the industry. This month had a lot of good figures, I think more good to like great than ever before. So that makes me very happy, and I hope it bodes well for what we'll see from the rest of the year in terms of figures. Let me know down in the comments which figure you like the most from this month. If you haven't already, after this video, you should also go watch my shopping video, because a certain someone is involved. And while you're here, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, because you've already watched me for God knows how long this video ends up being. So that is going to do it for January 2021 Amiami recap. Thanks for watching the whole way through, and I am Ando. This has been the Ando experience, and I'll catch ya in the next video. Bye.